don't know if I really love this decision.
Over the middle, got his man, and look at him go! Jalen Waddle for the touchdown!
Welcome to Inside Leverage, your gateway to the fascinating realm of the Miami Dolphins. Join us as we delve deep into the team's dynamic Super Bowl journey. We invite you to share your most scorching takes, unwind, and relish in our captivating experience.
Tagovailoa, blocked by Armstead, going, he's got him! He's got him! Tyreek Hill! And the Dolphins have come back!
A big play on the first one! Home run! Play one! To the house! What a start for the Dolphins!
It's Inside Leverage. We always gonna put on the show, baby. That's what we do.
We do have our next guest joining us. Are you
Yeah.
here? Can Mike check?
Hey,
Mike
what's
check.
going on, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Antonio, thanks for
Yes,
joining us,
sir. We can
brother.
hear you.
What's going on, guys? So I just want to
We
give you
loco de
guys
dominicano, mira ve.
de lo mío, de lo mío. I see some
que
nation flags here.
¡Epa!
I
¡Ahora
see some
sí!
hermanos of mine. I see some neighbors of mine too. I
estamos
love it. I
aquí,
love it.
estamos activos en todas.
I love it. I love it. I just want to say, I want to congratulate you guys first and foremost for bringing P. Dot to speak. He is a big name within the Giants community. Whether we agree with his views or not, it doesn't matter. So congrats to you guys for bringing him up here. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm definitely don't have the resume that Paul does. I do believe in fantasy football. I play fantasy football. I'm like in 11 leagues, and I'm a YouTube content creator, man. So I definitely don't have to create the credentials that P Dot has. But I believe that my football IQ is there. So I don't share a lot of the views that P Dot did, but that man is a legend in his own right. So with that being said, let's talk some Giants and Dolphins ball, man.
Real quick, Antonio, can you give French tips on fantasy? Because he really needs somebody's help because he's terrible.
Listen. My teams are not even doing that good myself. So I don't even
Yeah,
want.
yeah. Thank you, Antonio.
Just,
It's a long season.
yeah.
I drafted my team based on who they told me in Twitter Spaces were good. I got Joe Burrow on the
You,
bench.
you see, you
Jamar
see,
Chase is
you
a
see
cut and buster.
what his reasoning why he chose his team,
Well, you
why he
know
needs help.
what? With me and my fantasy team, it's like I'm going up against the highest scorer every week. It feels like too in some of my leagues, and I'm just like, Jesus, I can't catch a break. So that's just also bad luck sometimes.
I told them that Water was better than Jamar Chase, and the numbers are looking that way. But we'll dive into kind of what we're here today
Copy.
for. But first question, just kind of with this game on Sunday,
Right.
how are you feeling specifically with the trench play with, and I'll say more, our defensive line has gotten taken out back to the woodshed
Yeah.
on Twitter, at least for the most part.
Right.
What do you see your offensive line, and where are your holes that our defensive, specifically whether it's the Christian Wilkins, Zach Sealer, Bradley Chubb, who do you see possibly having a game based on who they're in front of?
Listen, in terms of our defense, in terms of our offense, there's holes everywhere. Wherever you want to go, there is a hole. This offense is out of sync right now. Completely. It's listen. We gave up 11 sacks to the Seahawks that had no business getting 11 sacks in that game. So this could be the get right game for you guys after getting the Bills, that loss to the Bills. Whoever is gonna line up, whether it's Chubb, whoever's gonna line up on our right tackle, Evan Neal, that might be his Pro Bowl game right there. So it's a combination, and again, it's not just the offensive line; it's also Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, who was accounted for 7, I believe, of his 11 sacks that he gave, that the Giants, had last week, and it's just a combination of not getting the ball out of your hand fast enough, and also this offensive line is also bad. You know what I'm saying? They're also just missing guys, and they're just letting guys go pretty much unblocked.
Okay. Specifically talking about Waller, what's his situation?
I mean, it's just he's the one that opposing defenses gotta double team and gotta kind of look at. So at times he is getting bracketed, but we're actually leaving him a lot in run defense and pass defense. And because we're having so much trouble, so we're having that man Chip, and then he's pretty much just running to the flats. It's a huge misuse of Waller, and it's just this offense is just they have no identity right now. And like Paul said, the big deal, a big reason why is because we don't have Saquon Barkley in. And here's another thing too, man. Last season, we're not a good team, right? Last season we made the playoffs and we won a playoff game. But when we played in the regular season against teams that had either a top 10 offense or a top 10 defense or a combination of both, our record was 2-8-1. So now this season, we face teams, every team that we face that has either a top offense, a top defense, or both, we're 0-3 this season so far. So it's just from one season to another, it's carrying over. A lot of people thought that this team was going to be, a 10, 11, 12 win team. They're going to take a next step. A lot of us though in the fan base, some of us, not a lot of us, some of us in the fan base knew what we really had, and it wasn't, this was fool's gold.
Okay. Specifically, I've been hearing the chatter about, and if anybody has a question, if you could just raise your hand, you definitely get you in queue as well. I've been hearing a little bit of the chatter back and forth about who's play calling, who's calling plays. Do you have any information on that? Is Dayball?
Yeah, I don't have. So I'll tell you this much. When in that Arizona game, that was the first time pretty much since last season, like last season and this season, where we saw Dable with a playbook, with a play sheet in his hand, and he was actually covering his mouth, and it looked like he was giving out plays. It looked like he was saying his plays, or at least giving suggestions to Kafka. Was he calling plays? Nobody will know that for a fact. My suspicion is though that he was calling plays for that second half of the game. I'll tell you this much though, he had a play sheet in his hand and he was, talking to the mic for that Seattle game, and this offense was mediocre at best. So, it doesn't really matter at this point. It's this offense looks bad because this offensive line and because of Daniel Jones, which I think Daniel Jones is the first one that we have to blame.
Okay. Go ahead, Coach.
Hey, Antonio, how you doing, brother?
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, man, listen, I want to reach. I want to say thank you on behalf of Inside Leverage, giving us the time to, to go, to come in here and talk ball with us. I have a quick question.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
As far as I've been kind of I hate to say, I kind of stalking your tweets recently because I wanted to see where you stood on certain things, and I see that you're, as every other Giant fan is, probably a little frustrated with Daniel Jones. Have you, being a watcher of the NFL, how would you compare, if you can, or basically, what is your opinion of Tua's performance so far this year, and even to expand his career as it stands right now?
So I'm a big fan of Tua first and foremost, and I don't know if this is gonna change during the week, but I mean the kid just releases the ball so quickly, and that's something that as a Giants fan, that's what you would love to see in our offense. He has one of the best numbers in time to throw. And we think the world of him, and I mean like we get kind of I want to say clown, but definitely kind of people criticize us for praising other quarterbacks around the league and not praising our own quarterback. But you gotta respect game when you see game, and Tua is definitely up there as one of the top quarterbacks in this league. To be honest, at least in my opinion. I saw two games so far, just studying, just getting ready for you guys, and I saw the Buffalo game, and then I saw the Denver game, saw the last two games before, and it was a tale of two tapes, to be honest. I saw a lot of hesitation from Tua, but because the Buffalo defense was really aggressive, when it was run plays, the run defense for Buffalo, they would go downhill. They weren't waiting for the run to come to them. They were going downhill, as opposed to Denver. Denver was waiting for a lot of the run plays to come to them. And that has to do kind of with the middle linebackers for Buffalo. Those guys can ball. Obviously, they were sending, they're giving you guys the Mahomes treatment, I like to call it. Whereas it's just, we're not going to blitz you guys. We're just going to pretty much play cover two. And then we're going to let you guys march down the field and pray you guys make mistakes. The Giants don't play cover two. The Giants are predominantly in cover one and cover three. I think that Wink, if he doesn't make the adjustments of sit on cover two most of the time, we will get absolutely cooked by you guys. So, just to get back to that Tua question, I think the world of Tua.
Okay, so let me ask you this question: Where were you on the side of the Daniel Jones, like Saquon Barkley conversation with both getting contracts, or
So
at least Daniel Jones getting a.
So I'll be honest. I did think that Jones deserved the contract. I just didn't think he deserved the contract that he got. That's what I was a little bit mad about. And I would wanted to see Saquon Barkley get like a 2-year contract, two with an option of 3-year contract. Or I would have been okay with both of them leaving. But the fact that they paid Jones and then they tagged Barkley, I was completely against that. Again, this team is fool's gold, right? So everybody thought that this was a team that could take a next step. While in reality, like there's so many holes in this team. We came into the season with a very young roster. Not I'm not gonna say it's the youngest roster in the league. It's not, but we're younger than last year because where we had veterans in certain spots on the defense, we don't have those veterans anymore. We actually went younger in those positions. So it's a team that's me personally, I thought it was gonna be a 7-win team this year, and I thought it was gonna be a season at least to see our young talent grow. But that's not what the Giants think, and there's people out there like P Dot thinks that we're gonna turn the ship around, but I'll have to disagree with him, and Vegas disagrees with him too, because right now the Giants in Vegas, they started the season at 7.5 wins. They have us now at 5.5 wins, with the
Oh
favorite
wow.
being under 5. So if you take the Giants at winning more than 5 games this year, it's plus 125. But be my guest and make that mistake.
Wow, that's pretty eye-opening.
Right.
So let me ask you this question: If the Giants are going to have to put up points to stay in this game, hypothetically speaking, who do you see Daniel Jones pushing the ball to the field? Who is his safety blanket? Who does he trust pushing the ball down the
So
field
in
to?
order for us to get and listen, and this offense that hasn't shown any signs, and I'm the type of guy that I'm not gonna be optimistic for the next game, especially if I didn't see it in the past game, right? But the only way that this Giants offense could put up points on you guys, and this is what I kind of see even in the Denver game and even against Josh Allen did. And again, we don't have Josh Allen and we don't have Russell Wilson, but Daniel Jones has to extend plays and then he has to throw the ball, right? So you guys are playing that Vic Fangio zone defense, but it's your first year playing that defense. I noticed that you guys had a lot of holes when the plays are extended in both the Denver and the Buffalo game. If you guys didn't get to the quarterback, if the quarterback extended the plays, there was holes and there was plays to be made down the field. That's the way that we got to win this game, right? We do have talent with wide receivers. Like, it's just that, the world hasn't really seen them. We haven't had an opportunity to, thanks to the offensive line, thanks to Daniel Jones. He just doesn't pull the trigger. I mean, this was an embarrassing week for the Giants organization, for Daniel Jones. If there's going to be a game where he's going to look competent, it has to start now. It has to start this week. And to be honest, I get, if Vic Fangio plays that heavy zone and plays that drop back, he has no reason to. He shouldn't. He should go kind of press zone or press man and blitz a lot. That's the weakness for Daniel Jones. The blueprint is out there. But if he decides to play Vic Fangio and decides to just kind of zone it out, that might get this offense in a groove. Which I doubt is going to happen. I think he's going to play him like everybody else has been playing him and just blitz him. But you never know. These guys sometimes have pride and they want to do it their way.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying. Some of these guys, coaches in general, like you said, the pride factor, but it is a copycat league,
Absolutely.
as you know. So if something works on one person, hopefully and I have faith in my coaches staff that they're going to try to implement and put the same pressure on him that the last team or the other teams have had success
Yeah,
against
it
them.
looks
So
like if you're just
that's
sending
what I'm
5
expecting.
at the Giants, it's even if the guy's open. I have many tapes that I broke down today. There's plays to be made, right, where it's a 3-step drop, 5-step drop, and Daniel Jones doesn't pull the trigger when he gets to the back of his drop. So he's hesitating a lot.
Yeah, I saw one of the
Yeah,
videos. I saw
he's
one of them.
hesitating a lot. He's in a slump right now. Again, it's not something that, hey, you never know. Maybe this week they're going extra hard in practice, and maybe he figures it out. Maybe he's maybe they force him to get rid of the ball. Sometimes we'll run play action off a shotgun and RPOs, and it'll kind of speed him up. And that's what the Giants need to do this week. But we have like no chance of scoring this game if we don't have Saquon Barkley on the field, because you guys will not respect the run game. You guys will be okay with giving 3 yards in a run to Breida. So Saquon Barkley has to be on the field if we want to have any chance of putting up at least 21 points. And even 21 points, it's still gonna be, Miami up big.
Yeah, my memory serves me correct. I think Matt Breida was with the Dolphins at one point, but maybe I'm confusing him with somebody else. You guys have any other questions out there?
Antonio, thank you for your time. You got time for one more question?
Yeah, let me get this. Let
Uh,
me get this one in, man. Let me get this one
go,
in.
go ahead,
I
Wally.
mean, with all this motion, I hear all this talk. I'm always in. I like to see what Mike McDaniel does after losses, and I think we're getting caught in a lot of emotions.
Wally, we can't hear
Can you
you.
hear me now? Yo.
Yeah, we can hear you,
Yeah,
Wally.
All right. I
you're
just
good.
wanted to know, like, how's that defense gonna fare with an upset Mike Daniels, and how do you feel about your linebackers?
I'll be honest. If you guys try to kind of bully us on the passing game, I don't think that's where it's gonna work for you guys. You guys have to feed us a lot of HN, and you guys got to run perimeter sideline to sideline. That's our weakness. I think the passing game for us, I think our defense, is starting finally to get together. Like I understand that yesterday Seattle had. By the way, Seattle coming into that game, top four scoring offense. And we made Gino look really bad. I'm not saying that Gino is Tua at all, or you guys, or even similar. You guys are a track team out there. But the weakness of this team is running on the perimeter of it, off tackle runs, and you got to set up the pass by first open up HN and getting the play action, and then everything else is going to collapse in this defense. But if you guys just try to bully us and say, hey, yeah, we're going to pass it first, and then we're pretty much going to try to impose our will, I think the Giants do have a chance actually to kind of stop or slow down the passing game. The defense, I'll honestly say this, the defense is the only thing I'm confident about in the Giants. But the problem is you could only hold for so long before an offense, but if your offense is not doing nothing for you, or if it's turning the ball over, there's nothing, a defense eventually is going to wear out and the defense is going to give up, 30 points, so I'm at least in the first half, as long as our offense doesn't put us in really nasty positions, if you guys have to go down the field, I expect us, making hopefully Wink doesn't wink and kind of starts blitzing you guys like crazy. Because if he blitzes you guys, we're gonna get cooked. You guys are gonna just start eating if we start blitzing. So the defense is the only bright spot right now in this team, in my opinion.
Do you have a prediction for this week's Sunday's game?
Prediction. I'll say we'll cover. I'll put it that way. I'll say we cover this week. If Barkley plays, we cover this week. If we don't,
Is the spread 11.5 right
spread
now?
is 11.5. If Barkley plays, we cover. If he doesn't play, we're not gonna cover. Put it that way.
Tonio, before you go, I wanna extend that same bet to you for the show.
It's
Would
a
you like to?
guaranteed win for you guys. There's no way that I'm making this
Oh,
bet.
come on!
Hey,
There's
Where's the
no
cut?
way.
Where's the
There's no
cut,
way I'm gonna make a bet to
Tonio?
take my Avi with you guys when it's a guaranteed win. Do that with Buffalo, man. Do that with Buffalo. Do that.
Oh, what you trying to say?
Nah, listen.
Hey, he
I
tried to
think
say
Cardi,
y'all
you
try to aim
guys.
a low hanging fruit.
I think you
What?
guys
I'm about
are
to say
an
what?
elite team. You guys need to start making those bets with elite teams, not with us. Don't try to bully us. Come on out here.
Oh, what kind of New York
Hey, he's
activity
smart
is
Listen,
though.
this?
He
listen.
ain't dumb. He ain't give. Listen, if he was dumb, he'll make the bet. You know
Right,
what I'm
right. Like
saying?
listen. By the way, there's a whole bunch of homers here that you could go into their spaces and they'll make that bet with you ASAP. And I'll see all these inside leverage little icons in our Giants fan base. You're gonna find
Hey, 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 any Giant fans, DJ, Chasen, I see some of you guys, Gino. I mean, just holler at me, man.
Antonio, before you go, I got a quick
yeah.
question. I was breaking up 'cause I'm driving here trying to get home.
All good,
What
brother.
you want to talk about a little bit about Thibodeau's development? He's looking a lot better than he did last year.
So here's the thing with me. I'm a true believer that Thibodeau is gonna really come into his own in his third year. I got my brother Sal down there who is expecting Thibodeau to have a breakout season this year. And there's a lot of guys also on the Giants fan base that think that he's gonna come into his own this season. I'll tell you this much. He had a better game against Seattle, and when he has Aziz Ojulari on the field, which is our better pass rusher, he also looks good at that. So that's the thing too. Be on the lookout for that. We could go this week against you guys and rush only 4 and be okay. Aziz and Tavon, and then our interior linemen. That's the guys that you guys should be very afraid of, which is Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams. Those guys, if that front 4 could do some noise, we might be able to hold Miami to like just 27 points, which would be an accomplishment for us.
Hey, before you go, I'm gonna ask you a Dominican question. I'm gonna see how
Dímelo,
Dominican you are.
dímelo, dímelo,
I'm
Ay,
dímelo.
gonna
Dios
find out.
mío.
Hey, guys, this is the trick. This is not a trick question. Mi loco, el
Dímelo.
desayuno dominicano es
Mangú,
solo.
salami, huevo, la patria. ¿Tú sabes qué es lo que es, papá?
Yo ni nada voy a decir. Yo,
Hey!
yo ni nada voy a decir.
That's an easy one, man. That's a layup, bro. Come on.
Yo ni nada. Hey, you'll be surprised how many people have that flag don't even know nothing, bro.
Listen, not me, man. I'm very heavy into our culture, man. I definitely love my Dominican, man, and I want to hopefully one day, man, unite both countries, bro, because we're definitely the same people. We're all Tainos, and but that's another talk for another day, man. But I
Hey,
appreciate that,
Yes,
at least you
sir.
like him. I can't stand this Dominican guy, Wally.
You're just mad because
man.
honestly, you're just mad.
Hey, Tonio, before you leave, anything you want to plug on the
No,
way
man.
out? Any projects, anything you're
Well, you
working
know
on?
what? I'm not really doing much on YouTube anymore for a little bit. I will get that in the future. But you know what? If you guys, want to just hear about giant stuff, even coming to our spaces, we got Ivan Base. I'll jump into his spaces. We're talking Miami and Giants. We usually do it in the morning. So if you guys see me, follow me so you guys can see kind of the spaces going on. We'll do a spaces after the game, and you guys can come in there, man, and just talk your talk. Also, I got my boy Sal who's in listening right now. He has a podcast called He's a Giant. But what they're really doing is that they're breaking down every position in college football, the top guys, kind of like a sneak guy. He's a Giant podcast, so I'll plug him in. And you guys, I hope you guys have a great season. Hopefully, Tua stays healthy. I love football, and even if my team is not doing good, man, we still want to see good football across the league. So, good luck for the rest of the season for you guys.
Hey, man, everybody in this space, give this man a follow, bro. He's a good guy.
Plus, he's Dominican. Y'all better act right.
I have a good one, guys. I'll go to listen to man.
You
If
too,
he
brother.
said,
Have a good one. Thanks again.